Not bad. Not bad at all. Watchable. And this is high praise coming from me when it comes to Kenda. Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here. Today we are reviewing episode 3 of Kenda with the Fifth Doctor. And I liked it more than I anticipated. Especially, I've seen Kenda before, but only once before. And I don't have the best memory of it. But considering just how put off episode 2 had me of it, I wasn't expecting much. I actually did an original video. It was actually a reaction of me watching it. And I was actually just going to make fun of it the whole time. And just look bored. Like I was literally clipping my nails while I was watching it. It was meant as a joke, but I actually found myself paying attention to the story and engaging with it far more than I expected. So I ended up scrapping that. Plus, just to be honest, rewatching it, it was a bit boring. I'm not one of those ooh, ah reactors. I'm really not. I just kind of sit there and watch it. for the most part is how it was. But I think the best compliment I can give part 3 is I never had to pause it and go do anything else. And I never felt like I needed to. Which, considering my opinion of this story, is high praise indeed. It's fine. This episode's fine. It's nothing spectacular, but it's fine. I don't have a lot of quibbles with it. It doesn't make me angry. The parts in the dome with Adric and the nuts guy and the older guy who's, looked into the box, those parts feel like filler. There's nothing wrong with them. They don't really advance the plot much. They just kind of feel like they're there to extend the runtime of the episode and to let us know that they're still at the base doing their stuff. Again, it never bothered me, but it was something I took note of, that, Adric's basically filler in this episode. Everything going on there is basically filler in this episode. Tegan's pretty much unconscious, I believe, this whole episode. I don't think she wakes up. She was unconscious the whole time. The meat and potatoes of this episode is the stuff going on with the Doctor and the female scientist from the dome. There's some good stuff going on with them in this. The Doctor finally isn't an idiot. He's trying to figure out what's going on. He actually acts more like the Doctor here. I actually like the part where he gets to use the little trick on the others. It actually did. It's funny because sometimes I think of 80s Who as pantomime. And there actually is a scene where there's just actual miming going on with the guy with the mask, and he's miming and doing the... And it kind of made me chuckle. There's nothing wrong with it, but it did give me a bit of a chuckle. And then when the Doctor does the little hands trick and the coin trick, I mean, don't get me wrong, my best friend's 6-year-old could have done that, so I'm still cross it took the Fifth Doctor that long to figure it out. But at least he's got it going, and that kind of wows over the crowd. The stuff going on there is interesting in developing the plot. I like the blind lady, the older lady. I still like her. I love how she keeps calling the Fifth Doctor idiot. Are you an idiot? Be quiet, idiot. Especially considering what my opinion of the Fifth Doctor was in the first 2 episodes when I called him a moron and an idiot. I find that highly amusing that she's calling him idiot all the time. I loved that. I thought that was hilarious. That did give me a good chuckle. Be quiet, idiot. And she seemed to like the fact that the old blind lady has a higher opinion of the female scientist. That was fun. The guy who's possessed by the Mara is overacting a bit. It is a little hammy. But again, it wasn't bothering me. It's just something I made note of. I did like the scene at the end when the old woman's kind of summoning the little trance thing and all the colors get weird. You see the little sparkles going on, and then they kind of see the past and future at once. That effect is pretty neat. It goes on a little too long, but the effect, the way they do the orangish lighting and stuff for the effect is really neat. It gets across what's going on well. It's a pretty neat effect for 80s Who. I was intrigued by it. That would have been a good cliffhanger right there, right when the female scientist and the Fifth Doctor are watching it and everything kind of starts going quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker. And it's almost like it's building to some kind of climax. I think that would have been the perfect cliffhanger right there for it to build at that. It does last slightly longer. And the cliffhanger ends up being the nurse, the female scientist, you know, saying that the blind woman had died, which I don't think she does. I think she's in part 4. I think she's just kind of in a trance or something. If I remember correctly, I don't remember. I mean, that's still a pretty good cliffhanger, I'll admit. The part 3 cliffhanger is still a good cliffhanger, but I think it would have been a little better if they cut it like maybe a minute sooner when the little vision they were having was just kind of building to that climax. I think that would have been better. But I was fine with this part. I didn't really have a whole lot of issues with it. Again, the stuff going on at the dome was kind of filler, and the kind of nuts guy, I'm kind of like, it's not really interesting. It's just there to fill the episode. But the stuff going on with the 5th Doctor and the female scientist was interesting enough to move the story along where I never felt mad that I was watching the story. And I never felt the need to pause the story and have to take a break from it like I especially did with part 2. So part 3 definitely was better. It's fine. I don't think it was bad. I don't really think it was good. It was fine. It was okay. That's one of those things I'm like, okay, I don't regret watching it. So that's fine. That's fine. It was much better than the first 2 parts. Part 3 is definitely the best part thus far. And again, considering my opinion of Kinda, high praise indeed. So I want to know what you think of episode 3 of Kinda. So comment down below and let me know. Other things to do, click the like button and the subscribe button and the bell for notifications so you never miss out on another video. I also have a Patreon. That helps me pay the bills, and I certainly appreciate anyone who takes the time to look at that. There's a link to that down in the description below. I want to give a shout out to 2 of my top tier patrons, Colin Coney and Stephen Crane. I appreciate their continued support, as I do the support of all of my patrons. I also have a P.O. box if there's anything you would like to send me. I've got a couple things I need to get caught up on, like some more of The Last Adventure, which I've been enjoying. I also have a link to my Amazon wishlist and a link to my Amazon UK wishlist down there as well. Most importantly, though, thank you for watching.